Chosen One, I have watched you carry questions like wounds. You've cried in the dark. When will clarity come? You've begged for answers that felt like they were buried beneath silence. But I tell you now, silence was not my absence. It was preparation for this very moment. I was never ignoring you. I was preparing the fullness of what you could not yet contain. You did not miss your answer. It was maturing in the shadows while your heart was being made ready. And now, I speak for you. I speak before you. I speak louder than the voices that tried to silence your purpose. You have been misread, misunderstood, misrepresented, but I have seen you rightly. While others questioned your motives, I confirmed your heart. While you tried to explain yourself to those who didn't want to understand, I was already preparing vindication that doesn't need defending. The time for justification is over. The time for divine demonstration has arrived. You will not have to prove what I've promised. You will not have to perform for the favor I've assigned. I am speaking now, and what I say cannot be reversed. You don't need the approval of people when you have the announcement of heaven. I am making you undeniable in the very places you were dismissed. I am confirming you in public after you endured private tears. I am establishing you without requiring consensus from those who couldn't discern your value. This is not the season of explanation. It's the season of exaltation. I am lifting you without warning. I am moving you forward without vote. Because when I speak, no other opinion matters. I've heard every conversation where your name was mishandled. I've seen every room where your presence was disrespected. And I did not forget. I let it happen so I could teach you how to let me be your defender. The battle was never yours to fight with your voice. It was mine to win with my word. And now my word is going forth like fire. I am silencing false narratives. I am cutting through confusion. I am restoring what dishonor tried to destroy. Because when I speak for you, no lie can linger. This is not a warning. It's a declaration. You are not being considered. You are being called. You are not being weighed. You are being sent. What delayed you before will now make way for you. What resisted you before will now recognize you. Because I've placed my hand upon you in a way that cannot be hidden anymore. You've been anointed in the shadows, but now it's time for the revealing. You won't have to knock. The door will open by my decree. Do not let the past make you timid about what I'm doing now. You're not the same person who used to beg for clarity. You're not the same soul that tried to force doors open. You've grown. You've been refined. You've passed the tests that others never saw. And now I'm answering not just your questions. I'm answering your hunger for alignment, for truth, for justice. And I will satisfy it fully. This is not just about vindication. It's about visitation. I'm visiting your house with answers. I'm visiting your heart with clarity. I'm visiting your future with fulfillment. You don't have to chase after closure anymore. I'm closing every door that confusion once opened. I'm shutting every voice that tried to redefine what I already called blessed. And I am speaking for you now, clearly, loudly, and finally. Let peace settle now. Let your breath slow. Let your hands rest from trying to fix what I've already resolved. You are not behind, you are not forgotten, you are not silenced, you are spoken for. And every answer you've waited for is arriving now, on time, in power, with no apology. Because I said so. Chosen One, the heavens are no longer silent over your situation. The answers you cried for are echoing now through the corridors of your spirit. This is the hour when what once felt distant now becomes tangible. I am not merely whispering anymore. I am declaring. I am shouting over your life with clarity that cuts through confusion and clarity that cannot be counterfeited. You do not need to strain to hear me now. I am turning up the volume in your soul. I am silencing every distraction and releasing an unmistakable knowing deep within you. You've wondered, was it me? Did I miss it? And I say, no. You didn't miss your moment. I was preparing your maturity. You didn't make the wrong turn. I was redirecting you from premature promises. I let delay teach you what rushing would have ruined. I let unanswered prayers shape your character instead of your ego. You were never being punished. You were being positioned. And now I answer not just your desire, but your development. You've carried unspoken frustrations. You've prayed prayers you thought bounced off the ceiling, but not one word fell to the ground unnoticed. Not one sigh was ignored. I gathered them all. I interpreted what you couldn't articulate. I understood the language of your tears, and now I give you more than words. I give you strategy. I give you peace that makes sense only in the presence of my voice. I give you alignment that explains why every other option failed. You're not crazy. You're not too sensitive. You're not missing it. You are hearing me more clearly than you know. That unrest you feel is not anxiety. It's me shifting you. That tension in your spirit is not fear. It's the breaking of chains. What once felt like uncertainty is now turning into prophetic clarity. You are beginning to see what I've been showing. You are beginning to know without needing proof. Because when I speak, confirmation is built into the sound. Before we go on, take a second. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. There's more coming you won't want to miss. And drop 55 in the comments. That's your prophetic code for covenant, new beginnings, and divine alignment. I've already gone before you into conversations you haven't had yet. I'm softening hearts you thought were closed. I'm creating pathways where there used to be only barriers. The things you were preparing to explain, I've already clarified. The favor you were afraid to ask for, I've already released. You are stepping into answered prayer disguised as surprise, and it will feel like ease, not effort. Grace, not grind. Don't panic as the shift unfolds. Don't overthink as new doors open. You prayed for this. You wept for this. You waited for this. And now, it's here. Walk through it. Receive it. Embrace it without apology or fear of it disappearing. I do not give and then take away for sport. I bless for keeps. And this time the blessing won't be temporary. You've matured in the waiting. You've been made ready. You're not who you were when you first asked. You've been refined, realigned, and redefined. And now your spirit is strong enough to handle what your heart once longed for. I'm answering now with confirmation, with instruction, and with favor that cannot be denied. You won't have to second guess what's from me. You'll know. It will be unmistakable. Because I do not confuse my children. I confirm them. And I confirm you now. Chosen, covered, and called. What you've been waiting for isn't just on the way. It's being revealed. Chosen one, the time for delay has passed. You are standing at the threshold of what you once only dreamed of. No more speculation, no more hoping without substance. I have brought you to the place where manifestation meets maturity. This is the hour where your faith finds its echo in the natural. Where you once saw hints and glimpses, you will now walk in full revelation. You will not be teased with potential. You will be trusted with fulfillment. Because I speak, and what I speak becomes, not eventually, now. I've silenced the storm within you before I calmed the storm around you. I taught you how to stand still before I told the winds to cease. You thought the silence was abandonment, but it was training. I was teaching your ears to recognize my frequency above all others. So now, when I speak, you don't just hear it, you obey without delay. You don't wait for others to approve. You move because I've spoken. This obedience is what opens what used to be locked. This alignment is what activates the release. There is no more confusion. I've settled it. You don't need another sign. The restlessness you feel is the spirit pushing you into the very thing you once feared. You're not waiting on me. I'm waiting on your yes. And when you give me that yes, mountains will move, rooms will open, relationships will shift, because I will not let a yielded heart walk in circles. I am the God who leads forward, not around. I don't repeat seasons without purpose, and this season has served its purpose. Now you move. You are not waiting for the world to catch up. You are being launched into where you belong. I've broken the ceiling. I've shattered the lid. You are not limited by what limited others. You're not bound by generational fear. You're not delayed by what delayed your bloodline. I've cut the cord. I've broken the patterns. I've rewritten the narrative. And now, what held them back will launch you forward. Because you didn't run from the fire. You let me refine you in it. This is why I trust you now. I trust you with visibility. I trust you with influence. I trust you with elevation. Because I tested you in obscurity. I hid you when you wanted to be seen. I restrained you when you were ready to leap, and you stayed, you obeyed. You listened when no one else was watching. That's why your voice will carry weight. Not because of charisma, but because of consecration. Not because of your skill, but because of your surrender. I will speak for you in rooms where you're not even present. I will bring your name into the mouths of people who need what you carry. I will connect the dots you couldn't even see. And it will happen without striving. It will happen without self-promotion. It will happen because I am doing it. I exalt whom I choose. And I have chosen you, not because you were loud, but because you were loyal. Not because you were strong, but because you stayed. Your name is rising. Your favor is multiplying. Your answers are arriving, not as random blessings, but as divine confirmations. You'll look around and realize nothing was wasted. Every no was a setup for this yes. Every delay was a preparation for this moment. You are not behind. You are right on time, because I have synchronized your season with my schedule. And now, nothing can stop what I've begun. So lift your head, open your hands, say yes with your life. Because I am speaking now, not in theory, but in manifestation, not in possibility, but in promise. And my promise never returns void. It returns fulfilled, just like you. Chosen one, you are not going unseen any longer. I have lifted the covering. I have removed the veil. What was hidden for protection is now being revealed for purpose. You were not being punished. You were being preserved. I kept you from platforms that would have poisoned your process. I delayed exposure because I was deepening your roots. And now I unveil what I've built. And what I build no man can tear down. You won't have to fight to be heard. You won't have to shout to be seen. My voice will carry yours. My favor will highlight what I placed within you. My spirit will confirm what you carry before you say a word. I've gone before you to prepare ears to hear and hearts to receive. What they didn't understand before, they will now honor. What they once dismissed, they will now need, because I have turned the tide. Don't be afraid of the attention. It's not flattery, it's fulfillment. This is not your moment to prove anything. It's your moment to walk in what's already been proven in secret. I know your capacity. I know your heart. And I'm entrusting you with more, not to overwhelm you, but to reveal what's already inside you. You're not being stretched. You're being unveiled. And you will not fold. You will flourish. Everything is shifting, not just around you, but inside you. Your thoughts are changing. Your convictions are sharpening. Your hunger for me is deepening. Because I'm not just giving you influence, I'm giving you intimacy. I'm pulling you closer even as I send you further. I'm making you bold without making you boastful, humble without being hidden. This balance is my doing, and it's what will preserve the blessing. You've asked for wisdom, I'm giving it. You've asked for clarity, I'm releasing it. You've asked for confirmation. Look around, it's happening. The right people are coming, the wrong ones are leaving. The confusion is lifting, the direction is sharpening, and you will know where to go, what to say, and how to move, because I am leading every step. You don't have to fear missing it. I am guiding you with precision. I'm not just speaking answers, I'm speaking acceleration. I'm not just revealing plans, I'm releasing provision. I'm not just confirming your path, I'm clearing the resistance. What used to take years will now happen in moments. Because I've removed the blockages, I've broken the delay. And I'm breathing on your next step with wind that will not let you stall. You won't hesitate. You won't hold back. You'll move in power. This is not hype, it's holy. What you're sensing is not adrenaline, it's anointing. This is what you were made for. This is what your tears birthed. This is what your obedience unlocked. And it's just beginning. Don't shrink. Don't downplay it. Don't disqualify yourself. I've said yes. And my yes is greater than any no you've ever received. Chosen one. This is what it feels like when heaven backs you. This is what it sounds like when I speak on your behalf. This is what it looks like when answers arrive, not to impress, but to align. You've waited long enough, now walk. Because the answer isn't coming, it's here. Chosen one. I am dismantling the fear that lingered after the silence. I'm tearing down the false belief that said you had to figure it all out on your own. That was never your assignment. You weren't called to carry what I already finished. You weren't called to calculate your future. You were called to trust the one who authored it. And now I am silencing every voice that planted doubt in my direction. I am shutting down the internal noise that questioned my timing. I am showing you that I was never late. I was exact. You were waiting on external confirmation, but I was forming internal confidence. You didn't need a sign, you needed stability. And now you have it. You're grounded in a way you weren't before. You no longer need everyone to understand before you obey. You don't second-guess my voice like you used to. This is the fruit of the fire. This is the result of staying when you could have run. You endured, you stayed grounded, you listened. And now, I reward not just your faith, but your faithfulness. You've outgrown the need for constant reassurance. You're not desperate for quick answers anymore. You seek my face, not just my hand. You trust my process, not just my promise. And because of that, I can trust you with the weight of the answer. I can trust you to steward what others only prayed for. Because you've learned to wait in worship. You've learned to wait with wisdom. You've learned to wait without complaint. And now, the wait is over. I'm not giving you pieces. I'm giving you patterns. I'm showing you how it all connects. Why it had to happen the way it did. Why I had to delay that opportunity. Why I had to close that door. Why I withheld what seemed good, so I could give what was God. You're not just getting clarity, you're getting closure. You won't keep cycling through the same questions. You'll know, you'll rest. You'll stop rehearsing the pain and start recognizing the purpose. This is how I restore, not by returning what was, but by releasing what is better. I don't bring things back to how they were. I bring them into how they were always meant to be. This is divine reversal, divine justice, divine healing. You won't just feel better, you'll be free. You won't just move on, you'll move up. Because I speak not just to soothe, but to shift. And you are being shifted into the center of what I ordained. You will no longer feel behind. The gaps are closing, the momentum is building, the connections are coming. You're not rebuilding from scratch, you're building from strategy. My spirit is your blueprint now. My voice is your compass. My word is your confirmation. And when I speak, you won't hesitate. You'll walk with confidence. You'll walk with authority. Because you know who sent you. Every place you were silent, I am now speaking. Every time you were overlooked, I am now highlighting. Every season that felt barren is now bearing fruit. I don't just speak to fill silence, I speak to fulfill destiny. And your destiny is no longer pending. It's being processed, it's being delivered, it's being revealed with power and precision. Chosen one, this is the moment you've been prepared for. You are not wandering, you are not wondering. You are not waiting for a green light. I have already said yes, and heaven's yes is your launch. Now move. Chosen one, I am making up for what the silence stole. I'm restoring what confusion tried to cancel. I'm pouring clarity into every crevice that delay carved. You've been waiting not just for answers, but for the ability to breathe again. And now, I breathe on you. I breathe into your lungs the sound of forward motion. I breathe over your plans the wind of divine momentum. And I declare, this is not a reset. This is the real beginning. You are not circling the same mountains anymore. That cycle is over. The loop of almost and not yet has been broken. You will not revisit this wilderness again. You will not need to relearn the same lessons. You have passed through fire, and it will never consume you again. You have stood your ground in storms, and now the storm recognizes your authority. You will no longer chase understanding. You will walk in it. I've equipped you with eyes that see through pretense. I've given you discernment that exposes what smiles tried to hide. You no longer need to ask me if it's from me. You'll know by the fruit. You'll know by the atmosphere. You'll know by the ease that accompanies obedience. I'm removing the need for excessive confirmation. You've outgrown the training wheels. I trust your steps because they're rooted in surrender. You've wondered why the release took so long, and now I reveal it. I was protecting your momentum. I wasn't just preparing your next step, I was clearing the way so nothing would stop you once you moved. You will gain in months what would have taken years. You will cover territory that used to intimidate you. You'll speak with a weight that can only come from silence, and you'll carry peace that can't be shaken. You've cried, "Speak, Lord." And now I say, listen closely. What I'm releasing now won't come through noise, it will come through knowing. Deep, steady, sure. It won't come wrapped in drama or distraction. It will come wrapped in stillness, wisdom, and unmistakable alignment. Don't look for fireworks, look for fruit. Don't chase feelings, follow faith. I've already made the way straight. You are being confirmed without having to convince anyone. You are being elevated without needing exposure. What I've placed on you is undeniable. You won't have to market your mantle. You won't have to explain your elevation. It will be obvious that I did it, and it will silence every accusation. I am doing it this way so no one else gets the credit. This is my work, and I do all things well. Let this word settle into your bones. Let it reorder your perspective. Let it end the war within you. You don't need to keep striving for what I've already spoken. You don't need to keep pushing open doors I've already unlocked. All that's left is your obedience. All that's left is your movement. I've spoken, the answers have arrived, the shift is here, and now walk like you know it. Speak like you carry it. Live like you believe it. Because this is not potential anymore, this is manifestation. I am speaking for you, and nothing can stop what I've said. Chosen one, this is your divine moment to be unmoved by man and unshaken by delay. What used to rattle you will now reveal your maturity. What used to make you question yourself will now confirm that I have done a deep and complete work. I have built something in you that cannot be undone. You will no longer depend on applause to feel seen. You will no longer rely on others' belief to walk in your assignment. You believe me, and that's enough. My word is now your foundation. My voice is your only compass. My timing is your anchor. You are not in a holding pattern anymore. You are in divine progression. You are not waiting for opportunity. You are walking into it. You are not waiting for permission. You already carry the authority. You've been entrusted with answers for others, and now I'm sending people who've been praying for the clarity you carry. You won't have to force your voice into rooms. The rooms will begin to call for what you carry, and I will give you wisdom to speak what brings life, not noise. The answers I'm releasing through you are not just for your healing, they're for your assignment. You are now a carrier of confirmation for others. You will speak what I've said, and it will awaken what was dormant. You will pray what I whisper, and chains will break. You will walk in alignment, and doors will open just by your presence, because I've placed my mantle on you, and mantles don't whisper, they declare. Don't underestimate how I've prepared you. Don't dismiss the weight of what you now hold. I didn't just speak into you for your own breakthrough. I've prepared you to lead others out of confusion. You've been given a lamp in the dark. You've been entrusted with light in places that once broke you. And now you shine, not from performance but from purity. Not from platform but from posture. You bowed low, so I'm lifting you high. This is not your season of hiding anymore. It's your season of hosting my glory, my presence, my voice. You are the vessel I've chosen to answer prayers no one else could reach. You are the bridge between heaven's voice and earth's confusion, and you won't second-guess that mantle anymore. You'll walk in it fully, because I speak for you, and what I say cannot be undone. You have crossed over from delay to delivery, from questions to confirmation, from shadows to spotlight, not for vanity, but for visibility of my glory. You are not just stepping forward, you're being sent. And where I send you, I will sustain you. You won't burn out, you won't dry up, you'll flow, because this isn't effort, it's oil. And oil doesn't strain, it flows. Let the old voices fall silent. Let the lies be silenced. Let your past rest. I've spoken something new. I've declared something final. And when I speak, every counterfeit is exposed. Every imposter must flee. Every false identity must bow. You are not who they said. You are who I sent. And you are walking now in the full authority of that truth. Now let's lock this in. If this word unlocked something like the video right now, make sure you're subscribed. You need to hear every word I release through this channel, and drop 55 in the comments below. It marks your covenant, your new beginning, and your divine alignment. Chosen one, this next stretch of your journey requires no striving. You are stepping into days where obedience will feel like overflow, not obligation. The weight you once carried just to be heard is being lifted. The pressure to prove yourself is dissolving. You no longer need to push, because I've positioned you. You no longer need to hustle, because I've handed you favor. And you will recognize the difference between what you fought for in your flesh and what flows to you by my spirit. You are not entering with exhaustion. You are advancing in rest. You'll begin to notice things falling into place without your manipulation. Conversations will happen that you didn't arrange. Resources will appear that you didn't chase. Connections will spark that no strategy could fabricate. Because when I speak for you, things align. Hearts align. Time aligns. Environments shift. Even your enemies will be at peace with you, not because they changed, but because I decreed it. What would have taken a lifetime to build will emerge in a matter of moments, not by force, but by faith. There will be no more false starts. No more wasted energy on doors that won't open. No more rehearsing your value for people who lack the discernment to recognize it. I've removed the audience that was never assigned to your voice. And now, I'm revealing the remnant who's been waiting for the clarity you carry. They'll find you, not because you promoted yourself, but because I highlighted you. Not because you campaigned, but because I confirmed. I will not allow your voice to be buried beneath noise. I'm lifting it above every counterfeit. You've prayed for peace in your next season, and I've made peace your portion. Not just the absence of trouble, but the presence of divine stability. Even in motion, you'll feel anchored. Even in growth, you'll feel grounded. Your calendar may fill, but your spirit won't feel cluttered. Your influence may expand, but your heart will stay pure. Because I'm not just promoting your gift, I'm protecting your soul. You will not rise at the cost of your joy. You will not gain at the expense of your grace. I am keeping you whole. There is no need to revisit old places for closure. I've closed it, I've sealed it, I've spoken over it. And what I say is final. You don't owe anyone an explanation for why you moved on. You don't need to defend why you no longer respond. When I speak, silence becomes strategy, absence becomes alignment, and distance becomes deliverance. What looked like disconnection was actually my divine redirection. And now you are aligned with destiny on a level they can't reach. This is the hour of divine endorsement. Where others tried to vouch for themselves, I will vouch for you. Where others chase platforms, I will seat you in places that match your mantle. This is not about elevation for visibility. It's elevation for fulfillment. I didn't raise you to be seen. I raised you to shift atmospheres. I raised you to release what's been hidden in your spirit. And now the environment is ready for what you carry. Every delay has been accounted for. Every detour has been folded into the design. Nothing is off track. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is missing. You didn't miss your moment. You matured into it. And now the answers I've spoken will not only surround you, they will sustain you. You won't just receive them, you'll become one. You are the living answer to someone else's cry. You are the fulfillment of a prayer they haven't even spoken yet. So stand tall, chosen one. You are not just stepping into a new level, you are stepping into a new language, a new sound, a new frequency, a new assignment. And my voice will echo through everything you touch. You won't just hear answers, you will speak them. You won't just follow my voice, you will release it because you are no longer waiting to be spoken to. You are the one I'm speaking through. Chosen one, I have broken every barrier that kept you in delay. I've spoken over every lie that tried to hold you in limitation. You are no longer at the mercy of man's approval or timing. My word governs your life now. My decree establishes your steps, and what I've spoken cannot be reversed, revoked, or rejected. You are aligned with heaven. You are confirmed by my spirit. You are sealed with purpose, and no force of hell can undo what I've unleashed in you. You will not go back to doubting. You will not slip into silence again. Your voice will be strong. Your path will be clear. Your peace will be undeniable. Because I have taken your questions and turned them into commands. I've taken your prayers and turned them into power. I've taken your waiting and turned it into witness. And the witness will speak louder than any battle you fought to get here. You've won by standing, and now you walk in authority. Every step you take now is a response to what I've already said. You're not chasing favor, you're carrying it. You're not searching for clarity, you're living in it. You're not fighting for answers, you're full of them. Because I speak not just to inform, but to inhabit. And I now inhabit every part of your life with clarity, confidence, and covenant. You will no longer wonder what to do. You will move with heaven behind you. Chosen one, this is your word. This is your moment. This is your sign. I speak for you now, and the answers have arrived. You are covered. You are commissioned. You are called. Go forward with nothing missing, nothing broken, and nothing left to fear, because I am speaking, and everything else must be silent.